Hello, 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 and welcome to our first weekly power call. We're super excited. I'm going to just wait for a second now for people to start getting on because I know that we've had some messages, people excited about getting online this morning. So, yes. So I'm going to just hang on a second. And the beautiful Lyndsey is going to be joining me too. So I'm going to get her on live as well. So we're very, very excited about these weekly calls that we're actually going to be doing for you, these weekly lives. And we may find other ways to be able to do it. We're just going to find out what's actually going to best serve you. So as you're going, what I'll get you to do is kind of, actually I see Lyndsey there, is, put in the chat, where are you coming from? All of those types of things. Let's see if we can add the beautiful one here as well. And that's so great to see you all popping up. I can see all the lovely faces. Let's see, it's connecting, it's connecting, it's connecting. Oh my goodness, there she is. How you going, girl?
I'm doing fabulous and
oh,
you?
good in the hood.
Love
we can
it,
see
love
I've got
it.
Mickey coming in from Christchurch. Awesome, way to go. We'll be watching all the little chats here. Oh, we got in Victoria. We got Perth happening. We got all sorts of things happening. This is really cool. Very, very cool. It is.
That
It's
is
very,
so
very exciting,
exciting.
I have to say. I'm just going to move this over here so I can actually see the comments as they pop up on my computer screen as well. So good morning from Mackay as well. Look at that. And I actually think we even have, I think I saw Danny pop up there, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We're coming from everywhere here, I tell you. Wellington, Gold Coast.
Whoa.
Look at this. Very loud and clear. Can hear you loud and clear. That's good. That's always a good start. Mind you, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that when we get together that we're anything but loud. Might not always be clear, but we're loud.
Actually, it's quite funny. We
Yeah,
close the doors, don't we?
I closed
Contain
everything
the
here
noise.
as well. So look, we are very, very excited. I suppose one of the things, and we mentioned it on the live last week that we did from the Gold Coast, where people were kind of looking at us going, what are they doing? But yeah, we're on the side of a golf course, and it was really quite entertaining, really. But yeah, we talked about the fact that, what we're always wanting to do is continue to evolve and to be able to better serve each and every one of you, because that's what we're here for. We're here to be able to best serve you, to be able to help you to, I suppose, achieve the dreams and goals that were in your mind and heart when you first signed your application. And so it's really actually, I suppose, it's quite poignant that we're starting this new weekly live in this month where, we've actually decided that this month is actually our recruiting month where, we're focusing as we see out the year. It'll probably be a 2-month thing, really, and that we're going to have just different aspects of it. But it's about, I suppose, us looking at the gift we've been given and how do we then share that gift with others and why might we want to share that gift. And I know that for me, it was explained to me many years ago that it was a little bit like the gift, and my obligation was to kind of, share the gift. And then, it was to detach from the outcome, because somebody else will decide whether they want to rip that sucker open or whether they want to just have a little peek and go, yeah, I think I'll put that on the shelf for a while. Or, tentatively kind of work it back. But, I know, Lyndsey, you've got some thoughts around this whole gift giving as well. Do you want to share with everybody this morning what your thoughts are around this as well?
Yeah, totally. I was out doing my morning walk this morning and kind of thinking about this call today, which I'm delighted to be on. And I was thinking about how this business opportunity is often referred to as a gift. And I think some of you may be familiar with the love languages, the 5 love languages. And inside the 5 love languages, we talk about giving gifts as one of our love languages. And I couldn't help but wonder if, some people within the Juice Plus community who have that gift or who have that love language where it's all about giving gifts may in fact see giving Juice Plus, the business opportunity, paying that gift forward as the ultimate gift. And whether perhaps some who are not naturally leaning into that space of loving to give gifts may even hesitate just a little bit. And I'm curious to know if this kind of resonates with you, even the terminology around this being a gift. Give me some
Little
thumbs
love
up
hearts.
or some whatever it is, those little emojis and things that we see, the love hearts. I can't see any of that, but I'm just going to put it out there anyway. But I think at the end of the day, when we look at this amazing opportunity, whether you choose to see it as a gift, whether you choose to see it as a, you know, like a life buoy, you know, I often see it as you're throwing out that life buoy to someone who might be, you know, almost drowning in debt or drowning in poor health or drowning in lost opportunities. When you throw this business opportunity out to someone, and you give them the opportunity to check it out, you know, you could be providing them something that is truly magnificent in many other ways, in whatever language you choose to give it. Because I know for many that I've spoken to over the years, it has been absolutely life-saving for many and life-changing for many as well. And I think sometimes, Celine, we can kind of underestimate what it is that we have and the massive impact that it can make for people in their day-to-day lives. And you know, I'm passionate about it for that reason, because I just think that often it's really underestimated, the power of this opportunity.
Absolutely. And it's funny, I was actually I was having a little read through one of my favorite books, The 4-Year Career, and I have it dog-eared and things stuck in it and all sorts of things kind of thing. And in fact, I'm not sure what copy number this is for me. I got one of the very originals or whatever. But why I'm actually referring to this is that, you know, Richard talks in here actually about what it really is, like, you know, the difference that it can make. I mean, from a, you know, from, I suppose, from a heart space difference, you and I have been around long enough to have heard so many stories like you just referred to there. And they're the stories that still light me up, the difference that it makes. And, you know, it's like, whew, straight away, whoa, emotion rising. You can actually, I can feel the people that I've had the conversations with. I can see, you know, many of the faces over the years where we literally have been able to make a difference in their lives. And we forget that a difference in somebody's life can be a couple of $100 dropping into their bank account every month. It can be, you know, we oftentimes think that it's got to be the big things. It's got to be the massive amounts of income. They're there. I mean, the reality is we know the compensation plan works, because if anybody can be successful in it, then everybody can be successful in it. So, but it really just is, you know, it really depends on what it is that you want. And this time of the year, it always pops up for me, you know, just there's a few of the stories around Christmas. And one last, Vivian, this is now probably, this same story is probably about 18 years old now, but it's still every year, every single year, I think of it, and it gets me in my heart, because she stood there with tears running down her face, and just saying, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. This is the first year where I can buy new presents for my kids, not have to go to the op shop or whatever like that, but new presents for my kids. And she's always wanted to be able to do something for her parents, because they'd always been there to support her. And she had bought, this will tell you how old the story is, she'd bought them a new DVD player. Yes, those things. Do you remember those things? But she was so excited. Her parents had already always wanted one, and she went and bought one with the money from her business. So it's that's just one of many, many stories. I mean, and literally it just gets me in my heart every single time, because that's the difference that we have. That's the life-changing thing that we actually get to be able to do by doing that. And a couple of things that I actually took out of here is, if you think about it, Richard talks about asset income a lot, and I love this whole concept, and I've loved it from the very first time that I actually read about it, which is many, many years ago now. But when we think about our Juice Plus business and the gift that we have within network marketing is, like, you know, on the 10th of every month, that amount of money is dropping into your bank account every single month, month on month, no matter where you are. You can be on holiday and it's still dropping in, you know, and we don't always have that. So if you were to think about, if you had an asset income, just say somewhere along the line, you magically received $100,000. Now, I know there's many of you on the call that do not have sitting somewhere in a clear bank account $100,000 that you don't need to think about, okay? God bless you if you do. But most of us don't have that just sitting in a bank account, sitting there earning interest because you know what? You can. Alrighty. Now, and just say, I'm even going to be really, really kind with the interest rate that you're going to earn on that 100,000, and just say you were getting 5%. Good luck if you can get that, by the way, on a deposit at the moment. Just say you were earning 5%. What does that actually mean? That actually means $420 dropping into your bank account each month. So when we sometimes undervalue what that check means, you know, 420 bucks. So it's just say an average of $500 a month dropping into your bank account from your business, coming in month after month after month. And that's the power that you get when you actually start to build the business. Not just, I suppose, gather some customers. Gathering customers is important, but what we're talking about, and Lyndsey and the team did an amazing job last month, talking about, you know, that customer journey and bringing them along. Now we're looking at, okay, how do we switch gears and look at, okay, if we really want the power of what we've got in our hands, if we really want that, now we start to invite other people to actually join the mission, not just be part of it, kind of observe it, but actually to join the mission and continue to move on. Has that been your experience over the years, Lyndsey, as you've watched?
Oh, totally. And I love what you share there, Celine. I just love it so much because, you know, sometimes when people print out their reports, for example, and they look at, you know, the numbers on those reports, it's easy to kind of not get a tangible perspective on it. It's just, you know, names on a report, numbers on a report. But when you talk about that $100,000 and that income dropping into your bank account, it brings me to the point of asking the question, what is the dollar value of the asset you have, which is your Juice Plus business? What is the dollar value of that? You know, if you were to go out into the marketplace and generate hard cash, like actual tangible money to put into a bank account so that it would drop into your account, an interest kind of payment on a monthly basis, what would that even be? And for some of you, you're going to have an asset that is worth so much more than that $100,000. But if you were to go out and physically generate that income in a regular job and then miraculously just kind of slip it away into some account somewhere where it could just kind of sit there and pay you interest, the likelihood of that happening for the majority of people is so slim. Yet what I love is there's no ceiling on what that asset needs to look like. You can make it look like we talk about 100,000, but there are many franchisees within the Juice Plus community that have way more than $100,000 as their asset. And they haven't had to, you know, work at it for a gazillion years for that to happen in the same way we would have to if we were going out to a 9-to-5 job, for example, and then, you know, putting that money aside as an asset. I mean, yeah, I'm passionate about it because I just think it's really underestimated the value of that.
Totally.
Celine, it's so easy just not to see it in a tangible
way. That's it.
You know what I mean? It's and if you want to exponentially grow that asset, bringing on new customers is smart, but bringing on new franchisees and supporting them to bring on new customers is smarter.
Exactly. We like to go with the smarter.
That's kind of the way that works. If you want to leverage things.
That's it. It is about that leveraged income. You know, it is about, you know, that's the smartest type of income that you can actually create is that leveraged income. But again, I just want to kind of, before we move on from this point around the asset income, I really want you to get it. Okay, team, really, really think about, you know, what it is. What is that check that's dropping in? And don't underestimate it. There's been a few conversations that I've been in lately, or I've been just watching and observing, actually, even a few Facebook posts, you know, and it's quite interesting. I'm always watching. And I see it like when people kind of have a little bit of a bag kind of thing, they're kind of going, you know, oh, I only earned this month or whatever like that. And I look at it and I go, are you actually really thinking about what that actually looks like? What does that actually really, really mean? You know, there's two parts to that. First of all, be so grateful for the fact that something dropped into your bank account on the 10th. I think everything starts with gratitude. You know, how grateful are we for that in that moment there? I think that's really, really important. And the other part too is asking yourself as well, did I do what I needed to do to earn that or more? You know, like I said, it's going to continue, especially as you start to build the leverage side of it, side of the business. That's going to keep dropping in, even when you are actually going through times of maybe distress or worry, or, you know, you might have some stuff that's going on in your lives. I know we've had so many beautiful messages over the years where people have gone through times of stress or distress in their lives, be due to illness or due to just family circumstances or whatever. And the one thing they've said, you know what has been a saving grace is the fact that they've known that their Juice Plus money is still going to drop into that bank account on the 10th. So it's one less thing they need to worry about during that time of challenge in their lives. And sometimes we, again, take that for granted. You know, that's the thing I think that's really, really important there. So we've kind of looked at the fact that, you know what, it's a smarter idea to actually be looking at how can we create leveraged income. And so what it will be one of the things they're doing. I was just doing some figures in preparing for this call, and we've created a few different new resources for you, which we will start to roll out. We've been having so much fun with resources. Fun and slightly kind of, I had to go get my hair colored again the other day because it's turning gray. With everything that we're doing.
Me too.
And that, but you know what, there's so much that we're wanting to roll out for you. But in just some of that and some of the preparation for this call and for some of those resources, we've been looking at how beautiful it is. Yes, absolutely. When you're bringing in new customers into the business, of course, one of the main areas of income for you is your retail sales profit. Okay, so it's that right through every shipment that goes out the door, we know that you're going to earn that retail sales profit. And so I'm just going to make an assumption here, okay? I know that everybody who's on the call is not at a sales coordinator level. I'm just making an assumption so that what we can do is use this as an example of how you can start to leverage some things, but also to, as maybe a little goal kind of for somebody who maybe is not sitting there at that point in time and kind of go, you know what, oh, hang on, I didn't realize I was going to earn that bit extra. I might want to do that. I might want to actually kind of, you know, shift my focus a little bit. So we were thinking about it, and as a sales coordinator, you had, just say you only had 5 premium customers. That was it. It's all you had in there was these 5 premium customers. Every time they ship, which of course is 3 times a year, remember, over the course of that year, that's going to be just under $1,000 retail sales profit for you. So that's going to pop in there. The more customers you have, the more retail sales profit and those bits of commission in there that you're going to get, okay? So that's going to be coming in. So as we talked about all last month, and as Lyndsey referred to even earlier on this call, having a good, strong customer base is a really smart decision. It's a great place to start. And we talk about that even more in some of the resources we've just developed for you. It is the breathing ground for all of these beautiful raving fans that may eventually come on the journey. I've always talked about my customer base as my distributors in training. They just don't know it yet. So everything I am doing with them, how I am treating them, I am training them. I am already doing it because remember, when they do decide that, yes, you know what, they're having way too much fun over there. I think I need to join that tribe. And they kind of go, yep, come part of the Juice Plus family. Yeah. I want them to already know, you know what? Well, I know to have a conversation with somebody because I know that's what Celine did with me. And I know actually, you know, I know how to treat my customers because, gosh, I was well looked after as a customer as well. And you know what? Monkey see, monkey do. They don't need a manual to tell them to do that.
And go for it. Oh, totally. Can I just say, Celine, in terms of that retail sales profit and those customers, we've talked about this before, about being in the field and needing to give ourselves a pay increase quickly, fast, now, because there's been an unexpected something come in, a bill of some description. And that's the power of getting into the habit of bringing in new customers on a regular basis. And, you know, I mean, sometimes unexpected things happen. And the beautiful thing is when you grow a team, you have that legacy or that asset income. And then you also have, through your retail sales profit, this ability to increase cash flow whenever you need to increase it. And when you take care of your customers, as you've described, it's fun, and welcoming new customers into that space, again, fun. Yet even more than that, it's a way that if you just have an unexpected bill that comes in, you know, that used to happen to me,
the
and
soccer
I know it
boots
to you too,
again.
right? And I'd sit there and I'd say to myself, how many new customers do I need to bring in to make this work?
Absolutely.
That was it. And I'd get to work to bring in the customers so that the worry associated with a shortfall in cash was no longer there, because the cash flow is able to be ramped up whenever you choose.
Look, that was, and I have to say, you've just kind of brought me back, whoa, to kind of go, yeah. I remember many a time just basically literally writing in my diary, right, new soccer boots, Shane. You know, and I'd go, right, okay, what do I need to do? Smiling and dialing, you know, just getting in there and going, right, okay. Because I always looked at the other thing that I did there as well, and I encourage all of you to do the same, and Lyndsey, you would have done it as well, is those unexpected had to come from new money. Because I already had kind of my checks budgeted and what I was going to be doing with it. So anything that came in unexpected was new money. And I could pretty much guarantee as soon as I'd smiled and dialed and got Shane his boots, Daniel would need a pair. But what I loved about that was it's very rarely that if you're in a job, and again, you know, whatever you're doing, you know, on a full-time basis or whatever like that, but it is rare to walk into your boss on Monday morning, and just because Shane's soccer boots wore out on a Saturday, to me to go into and say, and I'll think Trevor was my last boss ever, and I say, Trevor, all right, so Shane's boots wore out on the weekend. I need an extra, you know, $150 because I need to be able to buy him the boots. I just can't imagine that that was actually a way in which we could go. Yet we can on Monday morning go, Celine, Shane's boots ran out on thing. I need an extra $150. Celine, not a problem. No worries. Okay. Just get a couple more customers and you've done that. Awesome. Fantastic. And I could have these conversations with myself to go, alrighty, let's make that happen. And you've got that, don't you?
Yeah. And for me, we talk about, you know, this opportunity as being a gift. I think, you know, it's the gift. It's the gift that, you know, of alleviating worry. It's the gift of alleviating stress. It's the gift of saying yes to more. It's the gift of being able to have the freedom to do these things at your fingertips anytime you need it to be that. And for me, that was one of the most precious things, because as you say, Celine, you know, it's unlikely you go into a boss and even if you say, hey, you know, look, I'm happy to work overtime, can we just drum some up this week, or, you know, I just need a pay rise. It's not how it works usually. And so for me, this is something that I think when we talk about the gift that this opportunity is, this is one of the biggies in terms of, you know, the ability to put a cash injection into your family, but anytime you need it, you can put a cash injection in. Now, it doesn't just happen. You just don't put your arms out to the universe and go, bring me in some extra bucks. You know, I really need those extra bucks.
Smile and
do something for it. Yet at the end of you go smile and dial. Yet at the end of the day, if you're committed to alleviating that financial stress, if you're wanting more abundance and need it to happen and want it to happen now, I mean, what other opportunities?
No, exactly. Exactly.
You know, and that's in addition to the asset stuff, right? I mean,
no, it is mind-blowing. And as I say, again, we oftentimes take it for granted. And as Lyndsey said, it's not just going to happen. You know, the variable factor in all of this as to whether, you know, you create what it is you want out of this business or not is you. All of the resources are there. Everything is there. Yeah. It's whether you are actually going to go to work on this for your 4 years, whatever it might be, to actually be able to do it. So let's touch on this leveraging. So like, as we said, we've got it. You can have a beautiful customer base. You know, if you need that extra money, you get to be able to create that. And the only way you're going to be doing that is creating conversations, building relationships, and inviting people along. Okay, so whether that is to look at the product or to look at the business, or oftentimes to look at both, of course, and that. So we talked about the fact that that retail sales profit will that's a given. That's going to come in. But then we get to the leverage part. Now we start to think about, okay, so if I've got my customers coming in, that's that retail sales profit. What happens then if I've been building consistently a nice base of customers and I've been doing what I commit to doing, which is, great customer care? There are people that are going to be having some great experiences. Our product, when you add it into your body, you just kind of go, wow, okay, this is definitely, and everybody's going to be different. We're not claiming to cure or mitigate illness or anything like that. But hey, for me, just the fact that my quality of sleep and I still liked people by the end of the week, that to me was a miracle. So I was happy to share that with anyone who would listen to that. So of course, you're going to be inviting them along. Then the next part of that is, inviting, they will want to kind of see what you're doing. Now, the other thing I want to say here, because it's quite interesting. I was on a coaching call, a group coaching call with a group of four beautiful teamies that I connect with on a regular basis. And we were just chit-chatting. And this one gorgeous lass, who will remain nameless to protect the innocent, was having doing an amazing job at adding consistently probably 4 to 5 customers every single month. Okay, and had done that a number of months in a row. However, no new teamies. And we actually talked about, well, what was that actually about? What was that? Because I know that this person offers great customer service and really does love on people. So I know that they would have been definitely having a lovely experience with her. But she wasn't sharing the business opportunity. And one of the things that she actually said to me was that she didn't feel like she would be able to lead them if they joined her team. Now, this was really, really interesting, because when we looked at it, when I talked to her about the fact that, okay, well, what does that actually mean? What does it mean to lead somebody who's, just brand new coming into the business? My gosh, what do you need to know to do that? And so I said, well, tell me, as you were bringing them in, what did you do? And we talked about the fact that she created conversations, she built the relationship, she shared with them information, she invited them to make a decision. And of course, they made a decision. And now she's been looking after them ever since. She was leading them on a journey that she didn't even realize. So absolutely was she leading. And I have to say, super excited. We were doing happy dances because this month she got her one. She got her one to be able to do her 5-1. So it was definitely happy dances. And I'm sharing that, beautiful team, because there were some of you that are actually listening to this and are in exactly the same situation. You bring people on the journey of adding Juice Plus into their diets, and yet we don't allow them to at least know that there actually is another opportunity alongside this, that they may be able to get their Juice Plus for free. They might be able to have that extra little bit of money that's dropping in to their bank account to kind of go, oh my gosh, you know what, Christmas is coming. I would love to be able to do something special for my family at Christmas and not sure where I'm going to get that extra cash from. Hey, we've got something along the journey here. Now, let's talk dollars though. What does it really mean? Because I know some of you want to go, show me the money. This is all really nice, warm and fuzzy and all the rest kind of thing, but show me the money. Well, every time then that, so for example, you've been adding yours in, we've got retail sales profit, okay? That's the first place of income. You start to then earn extra as you move through from a VF to a DVF, DVF to SDVF, and SDVF to SC. You're getting other commission amounts, 4%, 5%, 5%. It all adds up, which means that, you start to be able to really get the most out of that original commissions right at the very beginning. However, when you bring somebody in and they say, for example, move to a DVF, okay, they've got that first promotion. We still, every box that is shipped out, we still have to pay the difference on what a DVF would earn and an SC would earn. Well, guess what? If they're your frontline, you receive that. So in the little example I prepared earlier, okay, I'm making an assumption, okay, that you're an SC and you've brought in a beautiful person who has now decided that they've got their 5 customers, so they've rank advanced to DVF. The difference between the product that ships out, though, and they get their commission, and what you get is another $92.75 a year. Well, that goes to you. Now, you haven't had to have that conversation with that customer. You haven't had to lead them on the journey. You may have helped by getting on three-way calls or whatever like that, but this is more than likely someone you've never met, nor would you ever meet. In fact, multiple someones. You're also going to get the difference between the SDVF and the SC, which is another 92.75. So what happens is now you get to start to get even the small part of leveraged income. Now we're leveraging the networks that you've created and helped bring up into your team, and then their networks that you may never have gotten to actually ever meet. Now you're getting leveraged income. But can I say this is only the beginning of it? Because of course there is also bonus money that is showing up. Depending on your rank in our business, you're also then going to be earning 4%, okay, across the whole organization. Another 2% if you're also kind of POB qualified, so PB qualified, qualified business, POB qualified. Goodness me, then you get to SSC and above, and next thing, oh, let's give you another bonus. Shall we put in some BIB there? That's some big bonus there. So we're not going to go into what all of that means right now, because, you know, we will cover those on later calls, and we've got so many resources in the virtual office. But what we're kind of really talking about here is the fact that when you start to leverage the income that's available through Juice Plus, you unlock an absolute gold mine. You really, really do. And that's the thing, I think, again, like to what we kind of talked about earlier on, Lyndsey, I think we actually undervalue what that means.
Oh, I think without doubt. And do you know, it's interesting, Celine, because I think sometimes it's difficult for people to see the much broader, bigger picture of how this network marketing continues to unfold. And when people are not at that level yet, it can be awkward, difficult, impossible actually for some to visualize what that looks like. And I think this is where the element of trust kicks in. So even if people cannot see it in their own mind's eye, if they can't visualize what that looks like, I mean, I'll tell you a really funny story. When we were painting our house, I needed to go down to the hardware store and actually buy sheets of plywood, architraves, and physically paint them up, because I'm not a visual person. I've got a seat in front of me. So if you're kind of hearing these numbers and you're struggling to visualize it, I totally get it. Totally get it. And this is where you can lean into having conversations with people who are in the Juice Plus family who already have that, or trust. Trust that as you continue to take the actions every single day, trust as you work the system that is designed to support you to succeed and has supported thousands of people before you to succeed. When you trust and just take those daily actions, then this is when all of these facets begin to unlock. And as they start to unlock, that's where suddenly you can begin to see the expansiveness of this business model. I mean, and I share that, Celine, because initially I found it, for me, I found it really difficult to visualize what that looked like. And so I learned to exercise my ability to trust in those who had gone before me, trust in the system, trust in the leadership, trust that if I took the daily steps each and every day, that it's almost like little keys miraculously unlock, and then the next bit, and then the next bit, and then the next bit, and then before you know it, it's like, woo, this is big, baby. You know, this is big. So if you struggle with that visualization, just, you know, lean into
totally.
that space.
I love that
trust.
word. You like, it is about trusting. It is about trusting those who have gone before you, who will come behind you. You know, been doing this like this whole kind of thing. It's not new. You know, this is not new. This has been around. You know, as a company, we've been around for close on 50 years, as an industry, even longer, you know, so we're blessed to actually have so many people that have walked this journey before us that, you know, have actually got it, like they just have got it. I want to read just a couple of things as well, because if any of you are really thinking about the fact that, you know, maybe they're wondering, well, why would you want to, you know, do this? So just thinking about this, a network marketing income offers these advantages. You can build it part-time anytime, sometime. Okay, so you get to choose. You actually get to choose. Okay, you get to choose when you're building it. Sometimes it doesn't always work if you actually want, you know, income, but definitely, you know what, part-time and anytime that you're able to kind of fit. We talk about stolen moments a lot. You can build it from anywhere. Never has this been more true than in today's economy, where we have social media, where we have the internet, where we have anything. I mean, when myself and Lyndsey were building, you know, it was it was kind of how far was your network, and you know, and oftentimes geographically. Having said that, gosh, we still built very successful businesses. So, you know, so don't ever let that, you know, be an excuse. However, now you can literally build it from anywhere. You can launch, number 3, you can launch your business for, in our case, $165. I mean, like literally, that's what you get to be able to create a business that can be whatever you want it to be. That's the investment. So that's number 3. Number 4, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And I think that, I hope that this call in particular shows you again that we're here from a corporate office to be able to walk this journey with you. Your uplines, sidelines, there are so many resources. You've got to be prepared to take responsibility, though, to source them out. Okay, we can't tell whether you're actually engaging or not, or just being an observer. Don't be an observer, be a participant. Plug in and actually go to work on there. Okay, number 5, your business partners, all of those who are involved in the business with you, above you, sideline, the whole works kind of thing, have a vested interest in your success. The people above you, so don't ever feel that you're bothering your upline if you're wanting to do a 3-way call or book in for a coaching session with them or plug into a call. They have a vested interest in your success. So, you know what? Make them work for it. Pick up that phone and book in that 3-way call. Number 6, you know what? You have advantages as a business owner, oftentimes when it comes to tax and that. So, you know, talk with your accountant around your issues, but actually treat yourself like a business owner. Number 7, you can learn while you earn. And I love that, because it's exactly what we do. We don't have to come into this knowing it all. We actually get to learn it and earn as we're doing it. And there's not too many college degrees, university degrees, courses or anything like that where you actually get to kind of learn on the job. An apprenticeship is probably the easiest one, closest to that. Number 8, you can create the wealth building trifecta. Earn the extra income you don't have now to be able to provide for now, but also be able to earn income that you can then choose to invest down the track when you start to kind of max out, you know, the fact that, you know, because there will be a time, if you stay in the game and you're going to work, honestly, there's going to be a time when you've got more money coming in than you actually have bills or any other things to do with. And you then get to absolutely be able to invest that as well, and then earn income from your investments. So you really have, this is unlocking an amazing potential. Number 9, your income can keep pace with inflation, because the product sales that you get paid on will rise in price over time, and that because they will match inflation too, which basically means that, you know what, you're securing your income, which is really important. And number 10, with time and success, your income can be produced for you by hundreds, perhaps even thousands of people, each pursuing their own success. This creates an asset income, meaning go on forever, regardless of whether you're driving it or not. A pure asset income creates an asset or network. So that's really cool. If you're wanting to know what they were, I know people, someone asked me what were the numbers, go to the full-year career and start to study it, because everything that you need to know about the gift you have in your hands is actually in there in a really, really kind of easy format. And the last little bit that I'll put around that is worldwide sales from the network marketing industry are larger than, listen to this, the global film and entertainment industry. Just think about all those movies. I went to see Bohemian Rhapsody yesterday. It's going to make an absolute monster. Network marketing companies just like us generate more sales than them, okay? More than the music industry, okay, and more than the leading soft drink company, whose name we will not, combined, okay?
Mention.
So you are part of, and why I'm saying that is, you are part of an industry, a profession that is absolutely huge and is very smart. And I'm going to get a little bit passionate here for a second, because I was watching a couple of little comments and posts and that yesterday, over the weekend, actually, over the last couple of days, that were backing out our profession, our industry. And I got really narked about that. And you know why I got narked about it? Because I know people who are earning $500, $600, $700 a month from this, even less, but that it's making a huge difference to their family. It is keeping them in homes. It is paying the car fees or the school fees. Okay, it is allowing them to say yes to more. It allows them to actually be able to have choices that they would not have had before. It's allowing them to know that, you know what, I don't have to worry about Christmas because I know it's taken care of. I know that I've got the money coming in. And so it really knocks me when kind of people knock a decision that somebody's made, maybe one of their friends or whatever like that, to join one of those things, when one of those things happens to be one of the smartest business models on the planet, that allows everybody, no matter who you are, no matter where you were raised, no matter what religion, no matter what education, you get to be able to participate in it, and you get to be able to create whatever is success for you. So,
totally.
I got fired up, I can tell you. So, Lyndsey, yes.
But I get it, Celine. I totally get it. And I think a lot of it comes from a place of ignorance, as do many comments from people about various things, you know, misinformed, ill-informed, uninformed. People, you know, make those comments. And like you, I've watched many over the years had life-changing experiences, earning small, what some would see to be relatively small amounts of money, yet for those individuals, it's been life-changing. And as I say, for some, life-saving. So, you know, never underestimate the value of $200 to someone when they have no money. You know, I mean, that's the thing. So I'm like you, I'm super passionate about it, and I'm excited for the beautiful Juice Plus family and all of the benefits and all of the reasons why they would say yes to getting out there and sharing the business opportunity with people, because really, as we described, it is such a gift. And it's not just a gift to the individual you share it with, it's a gift for you as a Juice Plus franchisee to have the privilege to serve another human, to take them by the hand, to lead them forward from whatever place they're in to a more prosperous, a more healthy, a more love-filled, fun-filled, whatever it is that they're wanting place. That as a Juice Plus franchisee is an absolute privilege. So that gift is one that reciprocates in both ways if you will open yourself up to the possibility of paying it forward to more people. And, you know, having the privilege of serving people in that way truly is something
it's totally
magical.
So I challenge, I you know what, can I give a bit of a takeout challenge for all of you today, because we you know, I mean, really, action is where the power is, guys. Okay. Doubt will take you out of action, but action will take you out of doubt. And you've heard me say that many, many times. And that is the truth. With everything that we do, we get to create a ripple effect. So every time you share it with somebody, like Lyndsey just said, you get to really, you get to impact that person, you get to impact yourself, but you actually get to impact even something bigger, because you create a ripple effect. When you help change somebody's life, you change everybody's lives that come in contact with them. That's the power that you actually have. So I would love for you to start a ripple today. I really would. I would love for us to get excited and passionate about what it is that we have. And you know what? One of the ways that you can do is start a conversation with somebody today. Okay, if you kind of, you know, it really is about taking that 10 seconds of courage and going, who popped into your head as we were talking today? Because I can guarantee you somebody did. Somebody just popped into that head. They might have popped out again, but they popped into that head going, oh my gosh, maybe I should talk to them about this or whatever like that. Be courageous in that moment and go, you know what, I'm going to. And if you need a little bit of assistance, well, you know what? contact your upline and say, you know what, I'm going to need a 3-way chat with this person. You know, they're on my chicken list, or they've popped into my head, but they popped out again just as quickly because I'm a little bit nervous about it. I need your support. And I can tell you that they will love to give you that support. You just got to be prepared to ask. Now, as a corporate team, what is it that we're doing as we go? Well, we hope that you're going to enjoy these lives. We're going to have some fun with them, and it'll be generally myself and Lyndsey, but there'll be times where, like, I'm traveling, and that, or Lyndsey. Or Lyndsey might be traveling, you just never know. And so we'll have some other, you know, guest speakers that will be popping on as well. We just want to be able to share from our hearts whatever is on our hearts around the theme of the month. So this month we're going to be talking a lot around recruiting and inviting people on the journey. Yes, there is more to talk about. Who knew? And that, so we'll be doing that. But also too, watch out in the group, okay, in this group that we're live in now. What we will be doing in there is sharing more about the calls, the open coaching calls. So the SC, SSC, and the leadership calls that will be on a weekly basis. These will not be recorded. If you're in those levels and you're not in particular groups pertaining to that, make sure that you contact our office and you get added into those groups, because these calls are going to be a very safe space for people to be able to share their wins, their challenges, what's going on for them at the moment, and from our team, the beautiful Lyndsey, who is a master coach around, you know, that whole mindset piece, and our beautiful support team out of Franchise Support, who will bring to the table some of the wisdom around the reports and the virtual office and those types of things. So together, these are going to be very powerful calls. You're going to want to show up on those calls. I'm really going to encourage you. And then the other exciting thing, of course, is we've just re-released and opened up for registration the Success Academy. Whew. And the registrations have been coming in thick and fast. Our emails are just getting filled with all of the excitement. So it's really, really exciting. And, you know, we're the stories that have come out of the previous, you know, this is number 4 now, I think, that we've actually had where we've had intakes and did a 12-week kind of program with. And then this last one that Lyndsey, because we've just been doing some changes around that, this last one that Lyndsey's just been doing, and again, great feedback, great stories being shared. And so we're super excited about this next one happening in a few weeks' time. So Lyndsey, what's the kind of shut-off dates for the registration so that they can be in that 12-week intensive with you?
Absolutely. So registrations are open, as Celine said. If you go to all the W's, jpleadershipcourse.com, and those registrations will remain open until 11:59 p.m. Friday, this coming Friday, the 9th of November. And then we'll be closing it off because we want to then bunker down and work together as a community on that beautiful topic of leadership and expanding leadership. So you've got 4 days. If you yourself have already enrolled, I just encourage you to think about who do you want to share that journey of leadership with? Who do you want to expand in leadership with? And really looking forward to serving you in that space. And love it because Celine comes on as a guest speaker and a surprisable visitor every now and then there too. So she might kind of say that we're kind of running it there, but I can tell you she also pops in there as well and always adds her value and wisdom in that space. And again, as you shared, Celine, it's just a beautiful space to share, be open, be vulnerable, and to get some answers to some questions that you may not know right in this moment and feel that that's a place you can gain them from. So Friday night.
Awesome. November, fantastic. So take action. Again, take action. Like your investment, that is, I think, about $67 or something like that. I mean, really, yeah. You know,
$67
that's
for 6 months.
Less than the profit from a premium pack. So again, go out and create some new money. Or for those of you who did their 5-1 last month, you've got a bonus coming. So there you go. No excuse. Invest it back in.
Yay.
So I'll finish with a quote from Richard. It says, "You're never too young to start an empire, and you're never too old to inspire one. The first person you got to inspire is yourself."
Oh.
So I hope that we've helped in some way to kind of light a little spark within you, get that little flame fluttering to go, oh, this could be me. I could get out there and share and share and share. And so, yeah, super, super exciting. I know there's been lots of comments. We've been so busy talking. There's probably even been some questions that we've ignored you, but we will get back to all the questions underneath. We'll put in some comments, etc. This was a live, so it will be in the group. It will still be saved in the group. I know some people have been sharing it or whatever like that. I don't know, Facebook keeps changing the rules, so people may be able to see it or not. But we're hoping, we're going to download it and we will save it to our YouTube channel as well. All righty. Thank you, gorgeous Lyndsey.
Lovely to be here with you as always. Love sharing the journey with you and serving and supporting together. So
absolutely.
Look forward to doing
God
it
bless
again
everybody.
Next week.
Bye. Bye.